guess what? Those things are spiritualized now to where you're going to these other ideologies. You're going to these religious practices. You even go as far as denying the gospel, becoming an atheist, then believing in American theology, following the image of the beast in these last days, or wanting to create music or something in these last days, not ordaining yourself onto the Father.
A little more
For people to hear folly. Bring it up.
Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion.
That's right, and that's why we see like faces of confusion or bringing our people into confusion is you being confounded in these last days because their idols that they're serving are dumb. Mm-hmm. You are what you make of yourself, right? You like people say, you are what you eat, right? You're supposed to be eating the role of the Father. You're eating the role of the other nations. So you're girding yourself up in the fashion of the other nations, trusting in their shadow, trusting in the things that these that especially America leaves behind you.
Ultimately,
right?
Things that are contrary to the law.
Yeah.
Because the law is that light at the man's path, you know?
Right.
So they're trusting in, things is going on.
Right. And then it's funny that you say that too, because it says trusting in the shadow. Shadow is void of light still. Like it's the aftermath of a light shining onto it, but you're following in like the darkness still, kind of. Get Luke 12. Luke 12 verses 36 and 37. So it's time for our people to start waking up in these last days. It's time for our people to start standing up for truth. It's time for us to start standing ourselves up, girding ourselves in the foolishness of preaching, the foolishness of evangelism. At least one day out of your week. Even if it's on the internet highways and byways, you're still putting something in. Although it would be greater, in terms of me, when it says go out to the chief places of concourse, and stand out there for posts for about 5 hours. You can do that much to the Father. You can give that much to the Father that gives you your bread every single day, sufficient for the day thereof. Giving you days where you can still do right in His eyes, to be an obedient follower, to still have that spirit bestowed upon you that He gracefully gave to you, and that He can take away, as the book of Hebrews says.
That's right.
And that's why David prayed daily that the Father don't remove the spirit from you. Bring it up, bro.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 12, reading from verse 36. And ye yourselves like unto men that wait for the Lord when He will return from the wedding, that when He cometh and knocketh, they may open unto Him immediately. Right. Blessed are those servants whom the Lord, when He cometh, shall find watching.
Right.
Verily I say unto you, that He shall gird Himself and make them to sit down to meat, and will come forth and serve them.
That's right. After He comes from that wedding, right? Basically, you want to be found watching. You want to be found prophesying. You want to be found doing the right thing. And taking upon the meat that we sit down with. You want to take part in the joyfulness of the Lord. You want to take part in the truthfulness of the bread of heaven. That's what you want to do. You want to be seen as watching. You don't want to be seen being idle. And this is in the spirit, because this is what's making me think of brothers that be out in the base. This is for you, bro. How much more of a testimony to see somebody that doesn't have anything can come back to the law, statutes, and commandments, and you'll be glorified in the heavens, as it says. Because the Lord gives talents, man. He takes them away and He gives them to brothers that's out there doing the right thing. And this is one of the verses that made me get up off my behind and go out there and at least do something. When I'm worthy of death, but still coming out, still doing the evangelism and getting the blood off my hands to the best of my abilities. That's the least you can do, being a follower of Christ, being a follower of the Most High.
That's right. We got a little bit more meat on that.
Bring it up.
And if he shall come in the second watch, or come in the third watch, and find them so, blessed are those servants. And this know, that if the good man of the house had known what hour the thief would come,
Right.
he would have watched and not have suffered his house to be broken thorough.
That's right. And we know that we have everlasting tabernacles. That's talking about your spiritual body at the time Christ comes back. This is why it says the foundation shall be built upon a rock, not built upon sand.
That's right.
And who is that rock that we see repeatedly over the scriptures? Who is that rock that was laid as a stumbling stone onto the children of Israel, onto the nations? Because it says in Luke 2 that he should be a light unto the Gentiles and to glorify his people Israel. There's not going to be no excuse in that day. So this is why we're telling our brothers and sisters, sit up on your standards, watch, be a prognator in pushing truth. Bring it out, brother. You got something.
Verse 40. Be ye therefore ready also, for the Son of Man cometh at an hour when ye think not.
And that's right. And this is why the book of 2nd Ezra says he's going to come for those that it's going to come like as if we weren't expecting him. That's why he says, I come as a thief in the night. Hold steadfast.
That's right.
This is why you should go out to the people that sell right now. Right now. You think you're flat? You think right? Looks maxing. You think looks maxing? You going to a bar, right? You pulling something, having fun for a weekend. You think that's gonna prop you up and have you be like just something abound? That's only for a moment. And you're gonna glorify yourself only for that moment, right? To be thrown in the damn lake of fire, man. How sad is that, man? As much as you want to look max, right? Mortify your members, man. Let's mortify Max.
That's right.
Bring it out, brother.
Big con, man.
That's the new thing. Mortify Max. Right? Let's stop being Christians. Most of these brothers I see on these and this is why it's not gonna be no excuse in that day. Right? And this is why it says monstrous children shall come forth of the women. Right? Because our people are so engulfed with pride, our people, right? Namely, right? But we're no better because it says that hey, we're supposed to be children of light, but it says that we surpass the heathen in some of our acts, man. So that's what we doing, man. No looks maxing, mortify Max. How about that?
That's right.
Mortify your members, Max. Bring it out.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 40, reading from verse 6.
Bring it out.
The voice said, cry. And he said, what shall I cry? All flesh is grass, and all the goodliness thereof is as the flower of the field.
Slack it. And it's like the old sayings, like when mom say your ass is grass, that came from the Bible. Right? Bring it up.
The grass withereth, the flower fadeth,
right. Because
the Spirit of the Lord blew upon it. Surely the people is grass.
And what greater spirit is going to blow upon the grass than the only begotten Son of Man? What greater time of refreshing is going to come with the man that was given the Spirit without measure? To where it says it looked like tempest and hail flew out of his mouth.
Burned up as the chaff.
Yeah, burned as the chaff. Blown in the wind as the chaff.
That's crazy. You don't want to be that. You don't want that lot to be yours.
Get Proverbs 19 and 15. And like I said, brother, if you ever been the Spirit and bring up something, bring it up.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 19, reading from verse 15.
Bring it out.
Slothfulness casteth into a deep sleep.
Right.
And an idle soul shall suffer hunger.
That's right. An idle soul is going to suffer hunger in those days. And guess what should be the main sustenance that you should be seeking for? You guessed it, the bread of heaven, the hidden manna. Where Christ said, I am the bread of life. It says slothful. Read that again. Read it out.
Slothfulness casteth into a deep sleep.
That's right.
And an idle soul shall suffer hunger.
That's right. And when you are idle, when you're not doing anything, that makes way for Satan, the accuser of the brethren, to come in and sift you out. Slothfulness is one of the greatest enemies unto our people. And not only talking about just slothfulness in act, it can also be just not moving. You not living as a quickening, you taking on that quickening spirit and giving it onto others. Because that's what Christ did with the disciples. He was a quickening spirit, gave his spirit to the disciples, and they pushed it out in the open. We're supposed to keep it flowing. It says he's the God of the fountain of living waters. That's not still water. We don't want to be in deep sleep. You got something more?
Yep, look this some down or further down.
Okay.
Verse 20. Hear counsel and receive instruction, that thou mayest be wise in thy later end.
That's right. So you want to be found wise, just as those virgins in the book of Matthew, chapter 25, I think. You want to be found wise in that day, right? You want to go to those that sell now. You want the oil. You need to go to the oil now. Now we telling you to jump full-fledged in. We're not telling you to jump full-fledged in, but you have to take those minor steps. This is why in the book of Acts they gave them a packet for them to get started. But guess what? They came every single Sabbath day learning more of the law of Moses, girding themselves up more, because it's living. If those were the only things that they would do, they would have told them and sent them about their way. No, they kept going to the sanctuary on the Sabbath. They kept learning, right? So it's a very tight medium. Yes, you are supposed to be steadfast in believing on the only begotten Son of God, but always be ever moving. Some brothers just want to be seen, man. They're just like want people to like look at them, you know. And that's the time that we're in the day, like where people are wanting themselves to be the man that everybody girds themselves up after, or they're looking at, you know. The wrong spectacle, because the Bible tells us that we're going to be a spectacle unto our brethren, right? Roughly paraphrasing, but people want to be a spectacle of the wrong thing in these last days. Right, be a spectacle for the Lord, man. Not playing another man's gifts out into the open and a bunch of blasphemy that comes from it anyways. A bunch of folly that comes from it anyways. Sloppy, you got something?
Yes. Matthew chapter 13, reading from verse 45. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like unto a merchant seeking goodly pearls, who when he had found one pearl of great price, he went and sold all that he had and bought it.
That's right. And that treasure you want to be buying in these last days is laying up that treasure that no moth can corrupt. You want to be putting your brick in and storing up heavenly treasure. We're not telling you not to have fun with your family. We're not telling you to cast away your family or something like that. But to start storing up the heavenly treasure, because it says a man's household shall be saved. Like you got to put that spiritual treasure up for your household to be saved. But notice how Christ said, if you don't take care of yours, you're gonna be called an infidel. So you gotta always obey what the only begotten Son of Man is telling you as well, and to not put your family over those certain things. There's always a happy medium when it's concerning what the only begotten Son of God is telling us to do. Are you guys something?
Those it on that.
Okay, get Zechariah 11 and 17. Zechariah chapter 11, verse 17.
This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 11, reading from verse 17.
Bring it up.
Woe to the idle shepherd that leaveth the flock. The sword shall be upon his arm and upon his right eye. His arm shall be clean dried up, and his right eye shall be utterly darkened.
That's right. So the Bible continuously tells us, woe to idle shepherds. Woe to those that basically are scattering the flock. You're basically scattering the flock if you're not gathering people onto hither. Gathering people thither onto the Father. And your arm gonna be a sword, because guess what? All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, the Bible says. Your eye being darkened. Going back into what we were saying with the seers. The prophets were called seers. Also the Lord removing those talents away if you're not pushing your talent. You don't want the candlestick removed from you, man. You don't want the Most High to send that blotch upon your eye to where you start bugging out and then you just go into the way of being bugged out. Walking in darkness with no light, no eye salve, as it says in the book of Revelation. You got something?
Yeah. This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28, reading from verse 28. The Lord shall smite thee with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart, and thou shalt grope at noondays as the blind gropeth in darkness. And thou shalt not prosper in thy ways, and thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled evermore, and no man shall save thee.
What's going on, brother? You heard of this before? You heard of this?
I was looking at it, bro.
Okay.
You read the Bible?
All right, brother. Repent, brother.
They were dirty and they put in their lunch bag, and they were fine. And I've had them for a few years.
Brothers be wanting the grace of the Most High. Like, what is the Most High to do? Like, what is He to do? What is Christ? What does Christ want to say to the Father when you brought forth? What does He have to bargain with? You're not giving Christ nothing to bargain with.
Didn't believe our king.
Oh, he said he don't believe him.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Oh. Hey,
I
Hey,
believe.
person,
That's the Antichrist.
yeah, Antichrist. Hey, brother gotta repent. Brother gotta repent. And he should make high time to repent. Because that brother probably affects people in his life. Whether he's a faith or not.
Straight up, man. If the Lord